안녕하세요 여러분. 제 이름은 베니스와입니다. 만나서 반갑습니다. Hello, my name is Beniswa. This is Invincible English. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy that you are here with me yet another week. You know what we're going to do this week? We're going to learn English with a song. Yay! Bruno Mars and Alexander Paak came out with a brand new song called Leave the Door Open. We are going to learn English today looking at the lyrics of that song. But before we do that, do me a really big favor. Go ahead and click subscribe. Turn on your notifications. Let me know that you're here and click the like button. Okay, let's get into the video. As we are reviewing the lyrics to this song, you will see words that are contractions. Now, a contraction is just the process of becoming smaller. And so contractions are words that are combined to create a smaller word or smaller words. And usually it's indicated by an apostrophe. So the contractions in the song, doing, do not or don't, I'm, I am, sipping, dancing, romancing, what's, what is, happenin, happening, ain't, am not, playin, trying to, I am or I am going to, hoping, you're or you are, coming, won't, will not, waiting, there is, let us, bubbling, I will. Okay, let's get right into the video, guys. I hope that you understand what contractions are. If not, it is okay. I will link below a complete list of contractions where you can look at the other contractions. Also, for this video, you will need your Dolch Site Word list and your phrase list. For my very beginners, it will be very helpful for you to highlight all of the words you see from those lists. So you would look at your Dolch Site Word list and your phrase list. You will look at these lyrics and you will highlight the words that appear from those lists. This will help you build your vocabulary and increase your English fluency. So we'll start with the first line. What you doing? It means what are you doing? We all know what that means. Moheo, what are you doing? Where you at? Where are you? So this particular sentence is very grammatically incorrect, but we do say this to our friends. You would only say this to your friends. So you will call and you want to know where the person is. You say, where you at? Where are you is what it means. Oh, you got plans means are you busy? So you got plans is another thing that we say quite frequently in the US. You got plans today? Or do you have plans? Do you have anything planned? So those are questions we would ask. Do you have plans? We don't just say, are you busy all of the time? There are other ways to communicate and ask that question other than to say, are you busy? So this is a good phrase to remember. You have plans or do you have plans? Don't say that. Shut your trap. Shut your trap. Trap is just basically a slang word for mouth. Trap can also mean some other things, but for this song, it means mouth. If you understand what a trap is usually a device to catch something. And it's usually in the shape that looks like a mouth with teeth. So that's why we use it for the word mouth. So he's saying, shut your trap means, be quiet, stop talking, stop speaking. Then the next line goes, I'm sipping wine in a robe. And sipping is a small drink, to take very small or light beverage from the glass. Drip drip it can mean two things in this in this song. It can mean either he's wet. Dripping is what happens when water falls. It drips. But it can also be slang, which can mean something that's very expensive, usually jewelry. So he could have his robe on with lots of jewelry. That could mean that. Or that he could have gotten out of the shower and he is still wet. So it can mean that as well. I look too good. It means I'm super handsome, right? And to be alone. And woo woo is just a melody for the song. Doesn't mean too much. My house clean, my pool warm. So the grammatically correct sentence would be, my house is clean, my pool is warm. So he's just telling this person, hey, you can come over. I have a clean house. And if you desire to swim in the pool, it's nice and warm. It's not cold. Most pools tend to be very cold. The water in the pool is cold. The next line is just shaved, smooth like a newborn. Now, I like to talk a lot about predictive learning, predictive response, learner response, learn behavior, word pairs. And this is one of those. That newborn, if we hear the word newborn, we are automatically going to assume you're talking about a baby. So what does this newborn baby have to do with being shaved? And this is what I was saying in my previous video about comprehension and digging really deeper into the meaning. So he is saying that just like a newborn baby, we all know when a newborn baby comes out, we feel that the baby is perfect. The skin is so soft and smooth. A baby is beautiful to hold. And so when he's saying he's just shaved, smooth like a newborn, it means that his skin feels so soft and luxurious, just like a baby would feel. So you could feel free to touch him because he's nice and smooth, and you won't get cut by his stubble from his beard or his mustache. We should be dancing. There's a comma there, so that comma would mean and romancing. So we should be dancing and romancing. In the east wing and the west wing of this mansion, what's happening? So he's just saying, my house is so big that there are two parts to my house. There's an east wing and there's a west wing. Now, for many Americans, when we refer to an east wing or a west wing, we refer to usually the White House that has an east wing and a west wing. In fact, we even have a TV show called The West Wing. So usually that is the part of the property where, congressional sessions are held, and the other part is where the president would reside with his family, would live with his family. So his house is so big that he has both the east and the west wing. I ain't playing no games. This is something that you should learn, this expression, not necessarily the grammatically incorrect sentence, but playing no games. It just means that playing games is a term that we use when you have someone who is basically lying about their emotions for you. So for example, I am a woman that really likes this guy, and this guy, he acts like he likes me, he takes me out, he treats me really nicely, but he really does not like me, at least not like I like him. And so I may question, do you like me? Do you love me? And he never really tells me his feelings. And then finally I find out that he has a girlfriend. Well, he really never cared about me. He just wanted to be with me because I was single and dumb and available, and I believed his lies. So playing games really is about withholding information from someone to try to make them feel like you like them. And it could just mean just plain lying too. So we use that expression. So I'll give you an example of how we would use it, not relating to a relationship. So my friend gets tickets to see Beyonce. And I said, I want to go see Beyonce too. And she says, oh, great, I have an extra ticket. And it's front row. And I said, stop playing games. Stop playing games with me. Meaning, don't lie to me about having front row tickets to see Beyonce. So that's how we would use that. And this is a phrase that you would use with your friends. We wouldn't say that we wouldn't say that in a business setting. Don't play games with me. We really would not. I mean, we could. It really depends on the situation, but most times you will not say it to someone that you do not know. You just wouldn't. You could say it in an office setting with your coworkers. Stop playing games. We are really having a meeting today. Stop playing games. Don't play games with me because I don't want to go to a meeting. So yes, you could say it with your colleagues or your coworkers, but you wouldn't say it to the owner or to a senior manager. You would not say that, use that term with them. Every word that I say is coming straight from the heart. So you know that straight is a directional word. And so when he's saying straight from the heart, it's just an expression to me that please trust me. I'm being sincere. I'm not lying, basically. So this phrase means I'm not lying. It's coming straight from the heart. But not just that, but I have some emotions involved with the truth that I'm telling you. So I really want you to believe me. So the next phrases or sentences, so if you're trying to lay in these arms, tryna is a contraction. And you don't see the apostrophe here because really it's not a true contraction, but you may see some videos out there in English teaching you to say trying to this way, tryna. I really caution you from using that verbiage, at least until after you have English the correct way. Because in my experience, when people start using this type of slang language or what I call lazy English, it's very hard to understand you in a sentence because a lot of times the pronunciation changes. And a lot of times the pauses that should be, I know it's a very short word, but it still has a little bit of a pause in there. So we know to distinguish the try and the na. But if you say this is like China, and it's a totally different pronunciation, it's not China, It's trying. So, which the pause would be trying to. So I always caution people, please stay away from using some of this slang. And if you look at the very next sentence, you will see I'll get to that in just a second. But so if he says, if you're trying to lay in these arms, it just really means if you're going to stay over, sleep with me, have sex with me, that's what that means. Or the literal sense that we will lay in the bed and I will hold you in my arms, or we're on the couch and I put you in my arms. That is the literal. But the figurative is we're going to have sex. He just doesn't say it, but it is an implied meaning. I'ma leave the door open. So again, that I would caution you from not using that phrase. And we definitely do not use this phrase with people who are not our close friends. It's just sometimes it could be kind of rude to use a lot of casual speech. I know that people tell you, oh, America is so casual. We are very casual, but not as casual as you think we are. There are still rules within English and American culture. And unfortunately, Americans are so polite, sometimes they will not tell you if they feel offended. They will just let you offend them and go they'll go their own way. And then later on, when you realize they're not talking to you anymore, they might tell you, yeah, I don't like you, or because you're very, offensive. And so it's really good just to get into the habit of learning the proper English and using proper English with people that are not your close friends. I use proper English with people that are not my really, really close friends. And even my really close friends, I use proper English. Sometimes we use improper English when we're in a certain mood or in a certain situation. Americans don't always use improper English. So please, especially if you're a young person and you're being taught that, you should kind of move away from speaking improperly so much. I know with me working with people here in the US, I have to correct them a lot because they do not realize that we don't always talk like that. And people will talk to you like you speak to them. So if you're using a lot of slang and improper English, they will use it with you because they want you to feel comfortable. So it may not even be language that they use, but they're using it with you because they want you to feel comfortable. So just keep that in mind. And I'm going to leave the door open. So this actually has two meanings. So leaving the door open can mean physically the door is open and you're free to come in. But we use this a lot too, just to mean that the door is unlocked. So for example, sometimes when I was young, I forget to lock the door. My parents come home and they yell at me and say, why'd you leave the door open? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that it was not locked. So it can mean that. If you work in an office, your boss may say, I have an open door policy. Policy meaning a rule. An open door policy would just mean that you do not have to make an appointment to see the boss. You can come anytime to see the boss. You just knock on the door, or you can feel free to come right into the door. Even if the door is physically locked, you just knock and they will let you in and you can have your conversation with the boss. So that is what an open door policy would mean. So this is a really good phrase for you to learn about leaving the door open, or an open door policy. We do use this in America. And so then he goes, I'm gonna leave the door open, hoping. He's just wishing that she feels the same way, that you feel the way that I feel, that you feel the way I feel. It means I want you to have the same feelings, and that in this song is romantic feelings. And if you want me like I want you tonight, again, it just means that I want you to have the same feelings. I'm hoping that you want to be intimate and have a romantic night like I do, and eventually it will lead to skinship. That is what they are saying, that eventually, hopefully, it will lead to sex, because that's what he really wants. Tell me that you're coming through. This is another good phrase to learn. Coming through. This is a phrase that we use to mean come where I am, or meet me where I am, or it's just an invitation for you to come to where the person is. So for example, I have a party and I call you, I say, hey, Jenny, where are you? And you say, oh, I'm at home. And I say, what are you doing? And you say, nothing. And I say, hey, I'm having a party, come on through. And Jenny says, sure. But it's like an hour, 2 hours, Jenny's still not there, so I call her up and I say, hey, when are you coming through? When are you coming through? Meaning, when are you going to come to where we are? Great, you should learn that phrase. Great, great phrase. Oh, you're so sweet and so tight. Tight just means that they're very nice looking. It's not much more than that. Pretty, beautiful, nice looking. I won't spite unless you like. That's pretty self-explanatory. If you smoke, what you smoke. Now, this is another phrase that we will use with our friends. And they may just say, you smoke? That may be the question. You smoke? Now, usually if someone says you smoke, they're referring to, do you smoke marijuana? But if someone says you smoke and you can't see me, but usually they use a finger gesture for a cigarette. So if their fingers are extended, that means it's a cigarette. But if they are making like a pinching with their fingers, it means marijuana. So if they hold that to their lips, like a pinch, that means they're referring to a marijuana cigarette and not just a regular cigarette. And when he says what you smoke, he's asking, is it a cigarette, cigar, e-cigarette, marijuana? What are you smoking? And whatever you smoke, I could probably have it, or if not, I can get it. Purple haze is just a type of marijuana. So when he says, I got the haze, purple haze, that's marijuana. Now, the key to this is he's saying the haze. The is giving possession to the word haze, so you know it means it's a noun and not, because haze just means like smoke. But because he referred to the haze is referring to something specific. So because the is in front of it. So when you're listening and people are asking you questions, listen out for those, because in America, we also have subject particles and object particles. It's usually the or a, usually is what we use in the US. So the haze would mean referring to a specific brand of marijuana. In this case, it is purple haze. And if you're hungry, girl, I got fillet. So fillet is just boneless meat. Usually it's beef. In America, we also associate, so that word association or that predictive learning, predictive response, ours would be fish fillet. So if you ever eat at McDonald's, McDonald's has or had a fish fillet or fillet of fish. And some of the other restaurants used to have like a fillet of fish, and it just means it's boneless. But in this case, because he's so rich, I'm quite sure he might be referring to like a beef, like a filet mignon. I would not think that he's referring to McDonald's in this case. Oh baby, don't keep me waiting. So he's saying, hurry up. There's so much love we could be making. Making love just means to have sex. Now, there is a difference between just having sex and making love. We could do that in another video. And then Shimon is it's really a 70s word that means come on. I did not put a translation in there because we don't really use it that much. And he just used it for the song to make it fun. So he says, Shimon. So it just means come on. I'm talking kissing and cuddling. Cuddling is holding, hugging each other. Rose petals in the bathtub. Girl, let's jump in. It's bubbling. Bubbling is referring to a jetted tub, or it could be referring to a bubble bath. And again, he says, I ain't playing no games. Every word that I say is coming straight from the heart. So that's pretty much the song. It's not much more in there. So a quick summary of the song. This song is about a guy who wants a girl to come over, and basically he wants to make love to her or have sex with her. That is the short form. The longer form of this song is that if we want to talk about the words and go through all of the words, and I'm going to try and do it quickly. So he's saying, hey, what are you doing? Where are you? And she says, oh, I'm busy. He's like, what, you have plans? No, don't say that. Because I'm at home, I'm sipping on some wine, I'm wearing my robe, I look so good. Oh, I'm so handsome. I don't want to be alone tonight. Look, my house is clean. He's trying to appeal to her now. My house is clean. The pool is heated. I have a heated pool. I just shaved. My skin is so soft. And, I just imagine us dancing and having a very nice and romantic evening all throughout the house. And he's saying, can you imagine that? What's happening? Can you see it? And I'm not lying. I'm being truthful. I'm really not lying. It's coming straight from my heart. So please believe me. So if you want to come over and, have sex with me, come on. I'm going to leave the door open. I'm going to leave it unlocked. You don't have to knock on the door. Just come right in. I'm going to leave the door open. So if you feel the way that I feel and you want me like I want you tonight, tell me that you're going to come to my house. And that's the song. I hope you enjoyed this video. I want it to be a little shorter, but it's kind of hard trying to explain. So that's it. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Tell your friends about my channel. Hit the like button to let me know that you were on my channel. Make a comment so I know that you're here. If you want to hear any other songs or you want me to do any other songs, please comment in the comment section. Tell me what the song is, and I will do a translation video for you. I do rap. Those are the hardest ones to do because there is a lot of slang in them, but I love to teach rap songs. So if there's any songs that you would like me to do a translation video for, or I should say a comprehension video for, just let me know. And I will see you next week. 안녕. Bye.